Hey everybody, I'm on Route 7 in Virginia, secondary road using autopilot. I've done a couple live videos, but I haven't done one using live stream while on secondary roads. And this is one that's got a lot of travel on it, a lot of data, so I figured it's a good place to try one. As I mentioned, there's lots of traffic, and you can see look at the rain in my rear view camera. It's starting to dry up, but it was raining earlier. Oh, I gotta touch the wheel. I'm not using the water bottle, notice that. On secondary roads, I don't use that because there's too many times they need to take over. Look at this guy. It didn't really phase the autopilot. Autopilot didn't slam on the brakes. I knew he was going to cut me off. You could just see it. Let's turn those wipers on. I wish they would activate the auto wipers on the Model X. We just have to update the software and haven't done that. We're approaching a red light. Let's see how it does. And there's some rain coming in too. We're going to be back in the rain. That person kind of maybe stopped short. And I'm going to be getting off in about 3 miles. Auto lane change does not work on secondary roads. So I'm going to have to change lanes myself. And I think that means actually turning off the system. I don't think I can change lanes without turning it off. We'll try it here in a little bit. Lots of traffic piling up behind me. It does a pretty smooth job of going down to 0 and then starting up again. It's prompting me to hold the wheel. There we go. It can be pretty hard to recognize the lanes, you know, in this weather that we're having right now, which is it's raining on and off. The road gets really shiny. You can see it can be challenging depending on what angle the cameras are viewing at. Right here it's kind of hard. It was questioning where it was. It picked it up. Did a pretty good job. Now it's going to probably accelerate again. I've got it set at 55. And I've got it set. You can adjust this back here. This right here. Adjust the number of car lengths. Well, actually that's the wiper. Sorry. That's the wiper. This adjusts the car lengths. 6, well, I got it on 4. I think 4 is a pretty comfortable spot where it's not constantly jamming on the brakes. Alright, I'm going to change lanes now. And I have to do it manually. You hear it, the system shut off. Check. Now I'm going to turn it back on. Although they're braking up there, let's make sure it's going to brake in time. Yep. Hey Ryan, you're asking how's it work in the rain? It works just the same as it does in the dry conditions. I haven't noticed any difference. It's probably better than a human driver in the rain, actually, because I don't think it really affects what it can see, but I think with most humans it does affect us. Yeah, the rain's starting to pick up now. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Like in so many situations where human drivers would be fatigued or have a hard time. You know, the computer systems don't seem to be affected by that at all. So in perfect driving conditions, a human might be better, but any kind of situation that requires eyes in more than one place at one time, and hazardous conditions where you have to be looking in multiple directions. Oops, this is blinking at me. I think that the computers are better. Autopilot's probably better. The only exception would be construction zones. I'm letting go of the wheel. You do have to hold the wheel. I'm letting go of it right now. See, I'm not touching it. There's my one hand, my other hand. But every so often, you'll see this area around the screen will turn white. It'll start blinking white, and then it'll start beeping at me if I don't listen to it. But right now that the car's not moving, it's not prompting me to hold the wheel. But once it starts moving again, if you notice, I'll let it cycle through that, because I try to hold the wheel as little as possible. Yeah, you saw it? Okay. Yeah, but I can't let it go completely. If I do, it'll start beeping at me, and eventually it will slow the car down and stop the car. I've tried that before. I've got a video about that on my channel where I tried that. That rear camera still in the rain. You always get these little blobs of water on there. See lots of traffic. Somebody without their lights on. At least I've got the auto headlights. If you look in the upper left hand corner, that's auto. It does auto high beams too. That grayed out light with the A on it, that turns into a high beam when it senses there's no other light around. I don't know what that honk was about. Alright, we've got 1 mile, so well, actually, I'm not gonna. Am I gonna turn off there? Yeah, actually I am. Oh, it's blinking at me now. I see that? I held the wheel so it stopped blinking. The rain is really picking up now. Okay, the line looks like it's completely almost disappeared here, but it still figured out where the road was. That was pretty impressive. I was ready to take over right there. You can see it can't find the thing on the right. It can't see the line on the right. It's not blue. Now it picked it back up again. But remember, that display is always telling me what it sees. And if it's blue, if there's a line that's blue on both sides, it knows where both the lines are. I was trying to figure that out. Actually, it's going to go right through the red light unless I hit the brake, because there's nobody in front of me. On secondary roads, you have to hit the brake unless there's somebody in front of you. So if you have a Tesla, make sure you're aware of that. It does not, even though it probably can see these traffic lights, it does not recognize them and react to them. At least not the software, the way it currently is, does not recognize and react to them. Although I'm sure it probably can see them. I've been told by Tesla employees that it already knows everything about how these traffic lights work. It knows everything about four-way stops. It just hasn't been implemented and activated in the software yet. So once I get going, I'll restart the autopilot. So if your car, I'm trying to read what you said there. If you're in your car and driving it manually and you're about to hit someone, will the car stop even though it's not an autopilot? I believe now it will, because there's automatic emergency braking. I'm going to turn this back on. There didn't used to be automatic emergency braking until, actually I think there may have been at some point, and then Tesla took it away, and then Consumer Reports complained about everything. They actually were about to downgrade the cars and their ratings. And then Tesla all of a sudden did an update that has automatic emergency braking in it, but I think it may only work under 25 miles an hour, which is usually when you're about to hit someone anyway.
In 1,000 feet, exit right to State Route 286, Fairfax County Parkway. Then stay to the right.
Okay, well, if a car merges from the side, like if a lane's ending next to me, no, it won't. It will ram the car. I've tested this many times, and I haven't hit anybody yet.
Fairfax County Parkway.
You just got to be
Then
aware of the
stay to the
limitations
right
of
to
the
State
system.
Route 286
I turn autopilot
South,
off here
Fairfax
because
County Parkway.
I'm getting off the road onto another road. You got to recognize the limitations. If there's a lane or someone merging into you, it will never back down, in my experience. And I've heard that from
Stay
other people too.
to the right to State Route 286
I'm
South,
sure the car
Fairfax County Parkway.
can recognize that people are there, but it's just not activated in the software yet to recognize that. And these are all the reasons why this is just a driver assistance right now and not autonomous. Although it's capable of autonomy level 5, it's not there yet, but it will be soon.
In 2.5 miles, turn left on Walnut Branch Road.
I'm going to activate on this road too. We're on Fairfax County Parkway now. It seems to be doing well here. It's heavy rain. Yeah. Well, Elon needs to up his game, but they could probably, implement those features. Maybe, I don't know, but they need to get regulatory approval before they can say that the vehicle drives itself. That's one of the biggest hurdles right now. I think that's kind of slowing them down. I don't know of anybody that's approved this at a regulatory level on public roads for self-driving vehicles, unfortunately. That's probably the biggest hurdle right now. And if they just approved them across the board, well, then I'm sure they'd rush to get it available. But even if they have it available right now, maybe they do. Because Tesla's so secretive, I don't know. Maybe they have it available and they just can't do anything with it. I don't know. If anybody knows, comment about that. It's really raining hard right now. Alright, we got some stopped cars. You see them up there? Let's see how it does. Oh, it's gonna slam. It's not. Okay, it was not even braking there. So I took over. I don't know why it wasn't braking because I could see that car in front of me. Oh, we'll reactivate it right now. There we go. It's a good thing I took over there because that would have been an accident probably. Ryan, will my Tesla be fully autonomous through updates? Yes, I already purchased the full self-driving option when I bought the car. So yes, it will be when they update the software. Well, it lost control, lost view of the lanes there. And there's a lot of water in the road. It's not re-engaging right now. Okay, I just re-engaged it. Okay, there's another comment in there. Let me see what it said. If you encounter a stopped car in the lane, how abrupt does it apply the brakes? Usually, if it suddenly sees a car, it will abruptly apply the brakes. It will make sure I don't crash. But look at all the water on the road. I want to make sure I didn't go into any kind of a skid or freak anybody out. And that's why I took over. Because I could see the car well in advance of the system reacting. Because the system apparently doesn't look, or at least right now the way it's programmed, far enough down the road. I think it probably can look farther down the road, but it's just not looking further down the road right now with the software the way it is. Alright, I'm going to turn off this road in just a minute, and when I do, I'm going to end the broadcast because it's going to be no fun to watch anymore because I'm just going to be on a back street and I'm not going to use the autopilot there. Whose fault is the accident? It's mine because this is a beta. I'm required to, this is traffic lights out, I'm required to sign that it was a beta version, which I did. I even asked the people at Tesla if they could sign for me and they said absolutely not. So it's beta. Oops, I did that. I'm gonna have to turn off. Anyway, it's driver assistance, it's beta. The driver is always required to maintain control of the vehicle at all times, just like in any other vehicle.
In 1,000 feet,
so the fault is gonna be mine, although people have already told me if I get in an accident, which they say I will, when using autopilot, that I should sue Tesla. But, I'm just using it as a driver assistance aid right now. That's it. So I don't even if I call it auto,
Turn left on Walnut Branch Road.
autonomous or whatever, I know it's not fully autonomous now, but it will be level 5 self-driving autonomy once they update stuff. Who knows when that'll be? Hopefully by the end of the year. That's what they've been saying anyway for the
In a
past
quarter
year.
of a mile, turn right on Bennington Woods Road.
All right, well, I'm on the back roads now, which I'm not going to activate on. So thanks for watching, and leave me any other questions you have in the comments, and I'll be doing some more live broadcasts with the autopilot in the future. And look for some other ones too. I've got some more recent live videos where I was on the interstate for quite a while, showing you how it behaves on I-95 and also in heavy rain on the interstate too. And I've got a Model X. That's what I've got. Model X built in March of this year with Autopilot 2. All right, thanks guys. See you later.